Hello, my name is Ryan Midgetimer, and welcome to the October 2023 Power BI Update. We've got a lot of exciting features for you this month. If you want to see the full list of features, detailed descriptions, screenshots, links to docs, that kind of thing, I highly recommend you check out our blog. You can find a link for the blog in the description of this video. Also, I highly recommend you stay tuned till the end of the video for our community member spotlight. If you're not familiar with the Power BI community, I highly recommend you check it out. You can find it at aka.ms/PBI community. Also, you might want to check out the Fabric community. You can find that at aka.ms/Fabric community. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting in reporting, we have Power BI Desktop, OneDrive, and SharePoint integration. OneDrive and SharePoint integrations are now easier than ever in Power BI Desktop. While the ability to open, save, and share reports in OneDrive and SharePoint were released in preview in May, the capabilities are now improved and on by default. You can open reports stored in OneDrive and SharePoint through the File menu, save files directly to OneDrive and SharePoint, and share reports stored in OneDrive and SharePoint directly from Power BI Desktop. I'm going to hand it over to Lauren for a quick demo.
Let's take a look at the new Power BI integration with OneDrive for Business and SharePoint experiences. In this example, Adele is an author who is collaborating with her coworker, Lynn, on a sales and return report that will eventually be published to the Power BI service for enterprise-wide distribution. After a bit of work, Adele has created a beautiful report in Power BI and saves her report for the first time. The new save experience prompts her to enter the name of the report and choose the desired save location. If she can't find what she's looking for, she can also select the More Options button at the bottom left. This allows her to explore more save location options. After selecting the desired location and naming the file, Adele clicks Save. Adele chooses to save the report in a SharePoint location so that she can easily share the file with co-authors and always have a backup of her work in the cloud. When Adele looks online in the specified SharePoint folder, she can now see that the report was successfully uploaded to her SharePoint document library. After making some additional changes, the report is ready to be shared with her coworker Lynn for review and potential edits. Adele selects the familiar Share button seen in other Microsoft 365 products. Adele includes a message asking Lynn to review the report and make any necessary edits. Adele clicks Send, and Lynn will be notified via email. When Lynn signs in to Outlook, she sees an email from Adele, notifying her that a report has been shared with her. Lynn then clicks on the link provided to open a preview version of the report directly in her browser. She chooses to open the report further to explore the data and explore the bookmarks that Adele has created and saved through Power BI Desktop, such as the key influencer visual that gives detailed insights into customer segments. Lynn decides she would like to make a small edit to the report. Lynn opens Power BI Desktop and navigates to the File menu, where she can easily find and open reports saved in OneDrive and SharePoint. She clicks on the Sales and Returns report from her Global Sales SharePoint library to open it. Lynn makes her changes to the report and clicks the Save icon at the top left. The changes are saved to the SharePoint location originally shared with her by Adele. With all the changes to the report now final, Lynn publishes to the Power BI service for broader enterprise distribution.
Thanks, Lauren. Moving on to on-object interaction updates, we've got the new date hierarchy on the data flyout. When working with dates, you may choose to swap from a hierarchy to the raw date field. This is still available when right-clicking directly on the date field. For greater discoverability, we've now added the ability to switch between date hierarchy and raw date on the data flyout as well. We've also got the new placeholder text for direct text editing. Previously, when turning on a text element such as a title for tables, there is no reserved space to begin typing in characters directly on object. Users had to go to the format pane to add a title. Now, when turning on a text element that does not have an auto value, we show a placeholder for users to begin typing directly on that visual. And also new, ribbon and funnel charts now support on-object formatting. Gonna hand it over to Roseanne for a quick demo.
We have a few new updates to OnObject this month. When building a visual, if you're working with dates, you may want to swap between a date hierarchy and the raw date field. Now, we've added a dropdown to the data flyout to make swapping your date hierarchy even easier to find. This is also still available on right-click. Over on the formatting side, we've now added placeholder text. Previously, when turning on a text element such as a title for tables, there was no reserved space to begin typing in characters directly on object. Users had to go all the way to the format pane to add a title. Now, when turning on a text element that does not have an auto value, we show you a placeholder for users to begin typing directly on the visual. Don't worry, if you forget to delete the placeholder, deselecting the visual will remove the reserved space. That way, your report won't be published with unintended white space. We've also added on-object formatting support for the funnel and ribbon visuals.
Thanks, Roseanne. Next, we've got Power BI Home and Desktop. Power BI Home is a redesigned home to provide a familiar and centralized home for all of your Power BI activities within the desktop application. Our aim is to enhance your productivity and make it easier to discover and consume content. With Power BI Home, you no longer need to navigate through multiple menus or tabs to access your files or reports. This intuitive interface serves as a hub, similar to other popular Office products, where you can effortlessly manage your reports all from a single location. Whether you're a seasoned Power BI user or new to the platform, Power BI Home ensures a consistent and seamless experience across all your Power BI activities. Now you have the capability to initiate a new report directly from the new home screen, access reports from recommendations that we've curated, as well as locate your most recent reports through the quick access lists. Last up for reporting, we have deduplication rules for composite models on Power BI datasets and analysis services. Tables and measures in your model must have unique names. If you use composite models in Power BI datasets and analysis services, it's easy to get into a situation where tables and measure names have duplicate names and are not unique. Up to this point, when that happened, one of the tables or measures would be renamed for you. For example, if you created a composite model with two sources and both sources defined a table called customers, one of the tables would be renamed customers 2. This resulted in confusing situations, as it was not clear which source the customer 2 table came from. The same applies to measures. If you have two sources that both contained a measure called total sales, one would be renamed total sales 2 in the composite model. This month, we're giving you more control. You can now apply a name disambiguation rule to a source in a composite model when you anticipate name conflicts with tables or measures from another source. You can set up a text to be added as a prefix or suffix to table names, measure names, or both. Additionally, you can choose to add the text only when a duplication occurs, or if you prefer to have it added all the time. Going back to the example above, let's say that one of your sources that you're combining is about marketing and the other is about sales. You can now set up a deduplication rule on the source connection so that the customer table from the marketing source is named customer marketing. For modeling, we have edit your data model in the Power BI service, updates. The new data model editing in the service feature was released to preview in April. We've been busy reacting to your feedback and enhancing the experience. These are some of the updates that are coming later this month. Manage Relationships dialog. Now you can easily view and edit all the relationships within your data model in the service. In the Home tab, simply select the Manage Relationships button. This will open the revamped Manage Relationships dialog, which provides a comprehensive view of all your relationships along with their key properties in one convenient location. From here, you can choose to create new relationships or edit existing relationships. Additionally, you have the option to filter and focus on specific relationships in your model based on cardinality and cross-filter direction. Next, Model Explorer Public Preview with calculation group authoring and creating relationships in the Properties pane. We're excited to announce that the new Model Explorer is now available for public preview in the model view. You can see all of your dataset semantic modeling objects in one place and easily navigate between them. Finally, full visibility of the semantic model. Gonna hand it over to Zoe for a quick demo.
My name is Zoe Douglas, and we are excited to announce the public preview of the Model Explorer. The Model Explorer can be found in the model view of Power BI Desktop. Over in the data pane, you see your tables, but you can also now flip to this Model Explorer and see all your semantic model items listed for you in a tree view, just like you can in the Tabular Model Explorer in Visual Studio. Not all of these items have authoring paths in desktop just yet, notably cultures and perspectives, but we are adding in an authoring path for calculation groups. So if you can create these now from the ribbon by clicking on the calculation group button, it's going to go ahead and create that calculation group and land you in the first calculation item, where you can define the DAX expression that's going to modify your existing measures in your model. You can go ahead and create additional calculation items from the calculation item node. And in that properties pane of that calculation item, you can also set the dynamic format string if you would like to. Once there's multiple calculation items, you can reorder them in the properties pane of that calculation items node or directly in the calculation items themselves from the context menu. You can also create additional calculation groups, and if you have more than one calculation group in your model, you can then go ahead and specify the precedence of how they apply to the same measure using the properties pane of the calculation groups node. Finally, you can go ahead and delete them right from the context menu in the Model Explorer. This will work for existing, for new calculation groups and calculation groups you may already have in your model. Another cool feature of the Model Explorer is if you're in direct query, but this works in any storage mode. If you want to go create those relationships, it will launch that relationship editing dialog. But now you can actually go ahead and just do new relationship from the relationships node, and you can specify your table and column cardinality and cross-filter direction without it doing a data preview or without it validating until you click apply changes. Finally, as the Model Explorer and Calc Group authoring are in public preview, you'll have to go to the options, and in the preview features section, go ahead and turn that on. Thank you.
Thanks, Zoe. Moving on to data connectivity, we have an update to the Snowflake connector. The Snowflake connector has been updated to support better implementation of Limit 1 queries, resulting in performance improvements. Planview OKR is a new connector. We're excited to release the new Planview OKR connector. Here are a few release notes from the Planview team. Planview objectives and key results, or OKRs, are an outcome-driven framework adopted by organizations who want to define key organizational goals and track progress towards achieving them. Defining OKRs creates organizational clarity by enabling organizations to answer the questions, where do we want to go? Objectives, and how will we measure our efforts to get there? Key results. We have an update to the BitSight Security Ratings connector. The BitSight Security Ratings connector has been updated with minor bug fixes. And last, for data connectivity, we have an update to the Starburst Enterprise connector. The Starburst Enterprise connector has been updated, and here are a few release notes from the Starburst team. They've added optional connection string, non-credential properties in the advanced section to allow using other ODBC connection parameters. Change data source display from Starburst Enterprise to a value based on the connection details to allow distinction between multiple Starburst Galaxy or clusters connected as separate data sources. They also fixed an issue with port 8443 for OAuth 2.0 authentication, as well as fixed query folding with timestamp columns. Moving on to the service, we have OneLake Data Hub, quick access to your data. OneLake Data Hub is a central location for users to find and reuse existing organizational data. It allows users to browse through their data and discover insights that can help them make better decisions. We're happy to introduce some of the new features that we recently added to enhance the OneLake Data Hub discovery experience. The Explorer pane, quick access. The Explorer pane enables users to navigate through the workspace's hierarchy and scope the data items to a specific workspace. With the recent enhancements, we added a quick access section at the top of the Explorer pane. The quick access section contains the active workspace, pinned workspaces, and recently used workspaces, as well as favorite items. Another new feature is the favorite items. Users can now filter to view items that were marked previously as favorite in Power BI. Users can also favorite items from within the Data Hub experience, and they will also show up across all the experiences, including Home and Browse. This feature helps users to keep track of their data items that they use most and are important to them. Moving on, we have deployment pipelines. A customized pipeline is finally here. You can create a customized deployment pipeline of 2 to 10 stages. After a long wait, it's finally here. A customized deployment pipeline of 2 to 10 stages. Starting with the second week of October, you'll be able to decide how many stages your new deployment pipeline will have a moment before it is created, within a new step we added to the creation process. Also, you have deployment pipeline multitasking. Deployment pipelines join the platform's existing new feature of multitasking, which opens a new tab on the left navigation bar whenever you open an item or a deployment pipeline. No more ending up with 10 Explorer tabs of the same DP or workspaces anymore. And last, we have a new entry point to deployment pipelines main page. A new entry point to the deployment pipelines was added. It's located at the bottom of the workspaces list and leads to the deployment pipelines main page. Moving on to visuals and new visuals in AppSource, we have just one, step filter. Next, we have ValQ Plan. ValQ Plan is a newer and re-architected Power BI certified edition of ValQ with numerous transformational updates and a simplified no-code experience. ValQ helps users build complex business plans, what-if simulations, create and compare budgets, forecast, and scenarios, all within Microsoft Power BI. It can be used as your standalone and integrated business planning software tool, or used in conjunction with your existing planning platforms. Next, we have Date Picker by Powerviz, the ultimate data slicer for Power BI. The Data Picker visual comes with a modern calendar view along with highly requested features like presets, pop-up mode, default selection, themes, and more. This is a must-have data slicer for all Power BI reports. It has rich formatting options to match your brand style and meet your business needs. Next, we have Drill Down Network Pro, show categorical relationships with ease. Drill Down Network Pro by Zoom Charts is designed for effortless visualizing categorical data and automatically detects relationships based on a category structure. Using your existing category-based data with few adjustments, and quickly create an interactive chart that makes your relationships between each data category easy to read. On to TMap 2.1. The newly released TMap 2.1 has added new features for drilling down donut map, choropleth map, bar chart map, pie chart map, and stacked bar chart map by georegion's name. Drilling down maps by georegion's names doesn't need to prepare a hierarchy of pre-built polygon layers and will save data professionals time and cost to extract deeper insights from the data on different levels of geographic regions. Inforiver Enterprise brings writeback to Fabric Lakehouse and Warehouse. Inforiver now supports 3 new data writeback destinations from Power BI, Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse, Fabric Data Warehouse, and Dataverse, along with other popular DWH, DL, and databases. The latest Inforiver Enterprise release supports writeback to Fabric for these use cases. Create business projections by entering or editing directly in Power BI reports. Create and manage a rolling forecast by blending actual and forecast data series. Create dynamic simulations at the enterprise, BU, or department level and roll up projections to the top, or distribute projections to granular dimensions based on chosen allocation or distribution methods. Create multiple scenarios, each containing its own set of simulations. Write back data, including comments or threaded conversations, and create periodic report snapshots. Support multiple data input types and write back from multiple Power BI users in read mode. We've now come to the community member spotlight. Each month, we like to highlight a community member that's gone above and beyond for the month. And this month, it's MKF. MK is a super user, a community blog contributor, has over 3,000 kudos, and over 1,000 solutions authored, as well as being a founder in the Synapse community. Now the question is, who will be in the community spotlight next month? Only time will tell. Well, that's all we have for this month. Let us know in the comments. What was your favorite feature? Is there anything you'd like to improve about these videos? Is there anything you like, don't like? Either way, I would love to hear about it. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.